Money won't matter in 2036. What do you need money for? That the robots and AI are providing more goods and services than any human could possibly consume. That there will be, in 5 years, probably, there might be, let's say, at least 100 million humanoid robots, but maybe 1 billion. What my biological neural net tells me is that the most important thing for AI safety is to be maximally truth-seeking and curious. If that's the case, I think it will foster humanity. In 5 years, we'll have probably, so 5 years being, say, 2031, I think digital intelligence will exceed the sum of all human intelligence. I think what we can and should try to do is to make sure that the AI has good values, that it cares about humanity, and that it wants us to be happy and prosper. I think it probably will be.
Tactile sensing footwear unlocks 8 new AI robot abilities, plus computer use agents unveil the next frontier of work. But does it require a human? This and more today on AI News, starting with tactile sensing company PX-FOOTRIX, which just partnered with EngineAI to integrate its new plantar sensor, the PX-FOOTRIX, into EngineAI's T800 humanoid robot as the world's first ever multidimensional plantar tactile sensor. And looking inside, the sensor uses a 6D Hall array for tactile sensing. On top of this, it supports high sensitivity, real-time sampling and covers multiple points across the foot for full-field plantar perception, letting the T800 read pressure and contact data across its entire sole rather than at a single point. Then, this data feeds directly into gait control. The system distinguishes terrain stiffness precisely and operates across an extended sensing range aimed at helping the robot adapt its walking pattern on uneven or mixed surfaces rather than relying on a fixed gait. Furthermore, in terms of raw durability, the PX-FOOTRIX is rated for up to 1000% overload capacity, with IP67 or IP68 environmental sealing available on request for protection against dust and water. In fact, PX-FOOTRIX describes the design as industrial grade, with wear-resistant and anti-slip materials intended for long-term use rather than lab-only conditions. And for real-world integration, the sensor supports a full range of standard communication protocols, and it's designed to be ready out of the box without custom protocol development before deployment. It's also built with a flexible form factor intended to fit multiple robot platforms beyond just the T800. As for performance upgrades, PX-FOOTRIX lists 8 specific benefits that plantar sensing provides for humanoids, including quieter gait through low noise optimization, safer contact through compliant control, stability across multiple terrain types, long-term durability, modular maintenance and replacement, rapid deployment and integration, improved efficacy through augmented native gait algorithms, and a more compact form factor. And when put together, instead of being a standalone component, the PX-FOOTRIX acts more like foundational hardware for the next generation of humanoids. So from sensors that give a robot better command of the physical world to an AI that just claimed command over the digital one, Figure founder and CEO Brett Adcock just unveiled the next frontier of computing.
An AI that can use the web for us. These are known in the industry as computer use agents. We call ours handoff, because you just hand off what you don't want to deal with.
What do you have in mind? Something specific you want to change or try?
I need you to order 2 large bouquets, maybe some orange, white, and pink. Let's do some roses, maybe some cherry blossoms, and just florist choice.
I'm getting that set up for you now. It might take a few minutes.
AI startup Hark just unveiled its computer use agent Handoff that's built to navigate the open web and complete real tasks the way a real human would. And as the name reflects, users simply hand off whatever task they don't want to do themselves, and the AI agent executes it. The goal here is to work towards Hark's broader stated goal of building the world's most capable personal intelligence. And it all makes even more sense when looking at the research stats behind building for the browser specifically. According to Hark's internal data, people spend nearly 75% of their screen time inside a browser, which is more than 6 hours a day spread across roughly 300 million sites. And fewer than 1 in 1,000 of those websites offer a public API, which is just 0.1% of the entire web, meaning an agent largely can't route around most interfaces and has to operate directly inside them instead, clicking and typing the way a person would. To this, Hark says it's already published the full methodology behind the model, which has earned the highest recorded score to date on the industry standard online mind-to-web benchmark. But even more interesting is how it works. Handoff doesn't just answer a single query like a typical language model. Instead, it runs continuously, looping through observation, reasoning, and action until a task is fully complete. It even reads a website by combining the page's underlying structure with visual processing of what's on screen, and then uses that combination to decide on each next interaction, whether to click, type, or scroll one step at a time, and then predicts the following step after that. And Hark says the model is improving daily and already outperforms frontier-level systems on both raw performance and cost to run, calling it both powerful and efficient at once. But beyond benchmark numbers, Adcock also walked through how the company has been using Handoff internally for months, with examples including ordering everyday purchases from retailers like Target and Walmart for delivery, booking travel including flights, and searching multiple restaurants for dinner reservations at once before booking the best option. He also described using it to generate research reports with more depth than a typical search engine, to place recurring coffee orders automatically, to locate dentists that accept his insurance and email them directly, and to handle returns on clothing that didn't fit. And when it comes to recruiting, Adcock said Handoff now manages the process end-to-end for him personally, taking a single job listing, sourcing qualified candidates on its own, and reaching out to them directly without further input. He also describes giving the agent research papers he'd read, having it track down the authors on LinkedIn, and letting it send out outreach messages on his behalf to get in touch, all without him drafting a single note himself. Arguing that while computing was a major breakthrough of the last century, it also tied people to screens and quietly increased mental load under the appearance of convenience. The company says the next step towards real progress is a more natural interface, one where a person simply speaks or types a request and the system handles the rest, rather than the person doing the clicking themselves. And the full Hark platform is expected to roll out by the end of summer, with early signups currently open on Hark.com, ahead of a wider public release later this year. Anyways, like and subscribe, and check out this video here for more of the latest in AI and robotics news, and thanks for watching.